Andrew is down by the seashore. There are multitudes of people who've been following Christ. They simply lost track of time as they listened to Jesus speak. It was late, and the people were hanging on his every word. No doubt the children, the babies, began to fret, as they will do. And the people became tired. They became hungry. It would be 3 or 4 hours before they could get anywhere to buy food. And Jesus just could not send them away under such conditions. He didn't want them to leave hungry. The children would suffer. Others might faint by the wayside. And Jesus asked about food. Now, Jesus knew what he was going to do, no doubt. But he wanted to test his disciples. So he asked about the food. And when he did, Andrew spoke up. Andrew said, here's a little boy who's got some fish and some bread. That's not a lot for all these people, though. How do you suppose that of all the disciples, with all of those thousands of people there, 5,000 men plus women and children, how do you suppose Andrew was the only disciple who found out that little boy was there with those 2 fish and those 5 loaves of bread? I believe it's because Andrew had connected with that boy. See, Andrew saw people, and he connected with people. He had befriended in some way that little boy. He said, hey, here's a little boy with some sardine sandwiches, and I don't, it's not enough for everybody, but hey, we can see how far to go. Knowing Jesus, knowing what he was going to do to bless it, to multiply it among all of them. Andrew loved people. He had noticed this boy. He had talked with him. He found out about the fish and the bread. Now, the most important person in that great crowd, that moment, was the little boy. See, Jesus would use that little boy to feed thousands of people. But it was Andrew who noticed the boy and brought him to Jesus. Had there been no Andrew, there might have been no little boy with his lunch. Do we recognize the importance of leading and developing our young people for Christ? You know, it's easy to feel distracted when a child cries or is not behaving the way we think they should. But I would submit to you that those are beautiful sounds to the ears of our Lord. Jesus said, let the little children come to me. Don't forbid them. Let them come to me.